You can stay in here, I don't care. Okay. So, we're a couple of minutes early, not too bad for our Tuesday live. Slowly but surely, I'm getting to feeling better. I'm still coughing some, still have a pounding headache, but overall, getting better. Cameron's in here with me. I'm a lady. But I did want to go ahead and remind y'all before I forget that we do have a sale going on right now on the website. Our t-shirt guides, which is like what I use whenever I line up any t-shirt, they're on sale. Hi Tina. For $6.95 each for the 9, 12, 15, and 16 inch, and $2 more for the 20 inch. So they're normally $9.95 for the small ones. Hi Yolanda. And $11.95 for the big ones. So it's a good deal. Hi Beatrice, good to see you again. Hi Jacob. Hi Christine. Hey, I've had a lot of people who've told me they've accidentally melted theirs, so don't feel bad at all. I mean, let me tell you, that can happen pretty easily. Trying to make sure I'm in frame. I feel better. I feel a lot better. I'm not completely 100% yet. If I get to doing too much, I'm like, I sound like a 10-pack a day smoker coughing my head off like, but I'm getting there. I think the last round of antibiotics hopefully helped. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying not to, because I just finished the last one on, was it Sunday or Monday? Monday. So I finished my last antibiotic on Monday. I'm still taking cold medicine and cough pills and stuff like that, and cough medicine because that's still in my chest. I'm just hoping that it keeps it at bay and it doesn't get as bad as it was. I don't know what it is. My bronzer looks quite heavy on this side today. There we go. Yes, my hair is getting very, very long. I need to cut it again. I can't ever make up my mind with it though, like I change it so much. Hi Leanne from Minnesota. See, that's what I'm talking about. When I cough, it's that deep chesty cough, but it ain't producing anything, so it's terrible. Terrible. I feel like crud. And like yesterday, hi Perla from Edinburgh, Texas. When I did my tutorials and stuff, I worked all day on all that kind of stuff, and by the time it was like my husband and stuff got home, I was like, okay, y'all can handle cooking dinner. I laid out everything to make tacos, but I needed to lay down and get some rest. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I had to get rid of a troll. You know, we get those people with dirty minds. But yeah, no, my hair is finally growing out. And as you can see, the purple washed out, so it is like this weird charcoaly brown gray color. It's pretty dark, but I like it. Something different. Y'all should know by now, I change my hair all the time. So if y'all didn't get a chance to see yesterday, I did finally post the Patreon tutorial, only 9 days late. But with as sick as I've been, at least I got it up. I have went through 2 rounds of antibiotics, went to the doctor twice over it, and I just kept getting sicker and sicker, and now I feel like I'm getting a little bit better, but I'm not at 100% yet, by no means. But I do feel much more like myself. I have a little bit more energy. But yeah, so if you haven't checked out that video, check it out, because we go over what SVGs you get if you're a $4 or more a month patron, and then also what is included in the kit if you are a just the $45 a month patron supporter, which is you get the kit level. We have lots of fun SVGs planned for the month. I gotta post some more. Working on some new fun stuff. Hi, Andrea. But yeah. Oh, I am watching out for it. And the thing with like the coronavirus and stuff, like that is, it's a very scary situation, but you know, more people die from the flu and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to take the coronavirus and anything like that lightly at all. It's just, I don't want to be, I don't want to panic over stuff like that. Most of the time when people get sick with things like that, the people who have the most problems are the immunocompromised, people that are older and people that are younger. So, you know, if it comes to my area, my happy honey will stay in the house until something happens, because I do, it seems like if anything does go around, I do catch it. And I get sick pretty easily, you know, autoimmune has effects on that. Hi, Sandy from Northeast Pennsylvania. But yeah, we are going to be doing, this is something fun for some of y'all if y'all don't know. In June, I'll get all the dates and stuff set up. We are going to be doing a Start Here Academy in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're going up there. I'm going to be doing a meet and greet and talk. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I'm going to be talking in front of a couple of hundred people at the NBM show, but they're starting a new thing called Start Here Academy. So this is going to be the first one in June, and kind of go over like how I started my business, which a lot of you know, and how I got involved in all of this and how it works, and do a Q&A and all that fun kind of stuff. So if you're from the Indianapolis area, it's going to be on a Wednesday night. I will post more about it, but yeah, I'd love to be able to get the chance to meet some of y'all in person. You know, if you ever get a chance to come down to Nederland, let me know, because I don't go to the store as often anymore, because I'm over here all the time. Hi from Columbus, Miss Christine. But I do love meeting all of y'all, because I wouldn't be in Myrtle Beach. Hi, Jay. But yeah, I wouldn't be in this position at all if it weren't for you guys. I mean, that's about as honest and straightforward as I could put it, because, you know, a lot of y'all have been with me from the beginning or close to the beginning. Back whenever we had cruddy video quality, and when I first started filming on my phone and it was turned the wrong way. And, you know, we slowly upgraded cameras and lighting and sound and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, this YouTube thing has been quite an adventure, I will tell you that. I never in a million years expected, because we're so close to 125,000 subscribers. That's like insane to me, because like the town we live in is a small town. Now I know some of y'all live in smaller towns, but our town of Nederland is only 17,000 people. And the larger city that's next to us, Beaumont, which we consider a pretty big city, it has 121,000. So for me to have more subscribers and that live in that town, that's like, that, like, I can't even fathom that number of people watching me. I don't know. Cameron, you can come say hi to people. I'm sure they'd like to see you. They haven't seen you in forever. Hi, Natasha from Nebraska. Here's Cameron. He's out of school for the rest of the day. He's been rolling rings and all that fun kind of stuff, trying to keep the shop going because it's been busy. He's getting a little taller, as you can see. I'm sitting down, but he's standing up. No, never, Juju, never wash your shirts before you put vinyl on them. Jay said hi to you. Hi. Because a lot of times, especially if you use the pods, fabric softener will mess with the adhesion of HTV. So never wash your shirts beforehand, and never take shirts from people that have been pre-washed or pre-worn, because chemicals and stuff like that can mess with the adhesion of vinyl, and then you get unhappy customers. Lakeba, I'm probably butchering that name and I'm so sorry, but hi from Michigan. Yes. So, and yeah, if y'all have any questions like that, well, I have been posting again, Sassy. Now, and as some of you may or may not know, if you're subscribed to the channel, yes, the fabric softener is fine after you apply the HTV. It's just beforehand, because it can mess with the bonds beforehand because it gets in the fabric. But once it's on there, you're good. Hi, Linda. Seems like I always see you. You've been a big supporter of mine for a long time. But some of you may or may not know, like if you're subscribed to my channel, say hi to Sassy.
Hi.
So anyways, if you're subscribed to my channel and you click the little bell icon, that should notify you when I post. VLR remover is similar to acetone. Hey, over there, go grab, there's a little bottle next to, I think, my silhouette that says VLR. It's a little tiny bottle. Is it still over there? No, that's adhesive. It's similar to acetone, but it has a couple of more chemicals in it. So it works better than just straight up acetone. But it is a very strong, and it is a hazardous chemical. I mean, it does work, don't get me wrong. But you need to be careful and read instructions, because it's kind of like, hi Sharon, like with epoxy and stuff like that. So many people have done videos over epoxy, and you'll see people sometimes who take the right precautions. What's the best application for colored t-shirts and how to mark it? If you look on my website, I have the t-shirt guide. That's how I always line up my t-shirts. And it depends on what you're wanting to do, but HTV works great for t-shirts. It kind of depends on what process you're talking about. But I've seen a lot of people who've done epoxy videos and they don't use the right precautions and stuff like that. And I bought all the stuff to do epoxy, and then I was like, I haven't wanted to mess with it. It kind of scares me. I already have enough issues with health and getting sick and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to worry about trying to teach y'all how to do that whenever I'm scared to use it myself. Oh no, you're fine, Sharon, trust me. Do you know how many times I'll respond to someone and it's completely off because I can't type, I can't spell. Cameron's laughing at me. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how it is. But make sure if you are subscribed to the channel to click that notification bell icon. But YouTube is not always the best to notify you when I post videos, which, as y'all know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, tutorial days, except for when I was sick. Tuesdays, we do the lives right around 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Sundays, I'm doing our weekly wow sale. So whatever's going to be on sale for the week is always going to go up on Sundays, other than the week that I was sick and didn't post really a whole lot of anything. I mean, I did post an update to let y'all know what was going on. How did I become an influencer? I don't really consider myself an influencer, honestly. I mean, I do get companies who want to send me things or want to sponsor videos, and most of the time I say no. I have not used Firefly brand HTV. But I started off because we had a vinyl store, and many of you may or not know this. I have been in the sign industry for a long time, and whenever we opened the vinyl store, I had customers coming in wanting to know how I did things. So on a whim one day, me and one of the girls that I had employed there at the time decided to shoot a little tutorial. It got a lot of hits on Facebook. Cameron said, well, Mom, you should put it on YouTube. You can make money that way. I was like, okay, well, we'll try it. And it kind of took off from there. Which YouTube, and I don't want it to sound like it doesn't, YouTube does bring in some money, but it does not cover all of the expenses that I have from doing tutorials and things like that. And don't get me wrong, don't think that I'm complaining, because I'm blessed beyond measure that I can do this now more full-time, because, you know, with health and stuff like that, as some of you may or may not know, I battle fibromyalgia, and I've dealt with a lot of health issues over the past few years. I'm trying to figure out what medication's right, all that kind of stuff. And so when I got off of all the medication, so it is very, very important to be able to do things now kind of more at my own pace. Because for a long time, I mean, and I'm not old by any means, I'm 36, I have worked lots and lots of hours, because I was always involved with my kids, and if we had jobs to do before we had more employees and things like that, I would be at the shop 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning making sure things got printed, because we also do screen print and big digital print. So we did all that kind of stuff, and I've spent a lot of years working a whole lot of hours, and it was taking a toll on my health. So working from home and doing it, not working as many hours and still being able to promote my business through YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that has been a blessing from God, because if I didn't do YouTube and stuff like this, I would still be up at the shop working bajillions of hours trying to make ends meet, because anybody who runs a small business, and I know a lot of you do, know how difficult it is. And as I said, I'm blessed beyond measure because all of you have supported my business and has helped it grow. Oh, thank you, Linda. That means so much. I'm probably saying that wrong. Linda? It sounds like you're from the Nordic countries, or maybe Swedish. I could be wrong. But yes, having a business is extremely difficult, and you know, there's feast or famine, and when you've got everybody doing online sales, you got, you know, you're competing with big businesses who can mark things down to hardly any profit margin because they're not paying people a lot of money and all that kind of stuff. And so it's one of those things where I never expected to be able to be in the position that I am in. I mean, we're not rich by any means. I don't want it to seem like that, like I'm just rolling in dough. I mean, you can tell I don't live in $1 million house. Yeah, no, I don't think any question's dumb. You can ask me anything you want to, and I will always try to answer as honestly as possible. Hi, Tammy. And now I won't say that I know everything, because I don't, but I do know a lot, and I know a lot about being in business because I've done it for so long. I've been where each and every one of you are at this point, where, you know, whether it be as a young mom trying to figure out ways to bring in more income, or struggling to make sure utilities and things like that are paid, because running a business is hard. I mean, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, probably made it myself. But you know, and I say those kinds of things honestly to you guys, and those are the kinds of things, I mean, and it's a blessing to be thought of as an inspiration, because, you know, some of you know I had a cruddy childhood. I've tried to make sure my kids have an amazing life. T-shirt chick, email me at Cuttin Corners Vinyl. Well, it's not going to be linked in the description, at Gmail, and yeah, we can definitely get together and do some type of video. I love working with other creators. Well, I mean, I say that, but I really haven't worked with a whole lot of them. Where we live at, there's not many. I've met one other creator at the ISS show, and that is Mikey Silkscreen. He does silkscreen, like screen printing shirts and stuff like that. Yeah, let me know, t-shirt. But yeah, I don't know. And he was so nice, and he is still growing his business. Oh, you were at that show? And I was there because I did a meet and greet at Specialty Materials booth. They're really good friends of mine. That's who I get all my vinyl from, which is directly, they're the manufacturer of it. They're great people. They're a family-owned business, which are the type of companies I like to work with, honestly. You know, as I've said, I get approached all the time about things, and if I don't think it's beneficial, I'm not going to do it. I'm not in this just to make money, because if I were, let's see, which material is best to prevent scorching on polyester? Well, polyester, you really shouldn't have a whole lot of issue with scorching, even if you're using like Caesar Easy Weed or Thermoflex Plus. Scorching on polyester is typically because what are you heating it at? Typically, you shouldn't be heating over 330 degrees. Oh, that's so awesome, Victoria. I love to see that. Yeah, well, I have one that's not a boy, Nadia. She's my oldest. She's already through with high school. Caden graduates this year. And does that make me feel old? And Nadia is helping create SVGs for the business and stuff like that. So, you know, everybody does their part. Cameron helps and rolls rings, and during the summer he helps shoot video and all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, we try to let y'all know as much as possible and try to keep it as honest as possible. Because here's the thing about it. You can, doing this type of thing, you can make a lot of money in the short term if you're willing to take every sponsorship and every code and not look out for what's best for y'all. And I don't want to be that person, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to, and I don't want it to sound like I think I'm holier than thou or better than thou or anything like that. It's just, I know from personal experience, from watching people on YouTube and things like that, and, you know, because as you can tell, I like makeup, or maybe you can't, but I always have, you know, I like to play with makeup, and I'll have other influencers that I've watched, and they'll recommend something, and then it turns out to be cruddy, and then it's like, man, I spent my money on that? Yes, see, and with kids on the spectrum, Caden, my middle one, is the one with Asperger's. He helps, and he goes and like washes screens and things like that. He loves helping, and that kid is, I'm Marla from Lake City, Florida. But he is just the best kid, is the best way to describe it. I mean, he is the one that listens the most and does what he's supposed to. Okay, Beatrice, I don't know if you saw my video on it. We are not doing any more crafting for Disney. Not because there's anything wrong with making those things for personal use. There's nothing wrong with it. You can buy SVGs and stuff off of Cricut, and but most people that sell it, like if you get it off of Etsy or whatever, do not have a license to sell it. So even you purchasing that is against the law. And I was told a long time ago by an attorney that we could give it away and it was no big deal. Well, I had done a video over commercial use and personal use and talked about the, you know, that's okay to give away. And someone had mentioned that I needed to recheck it out. So I talked to a different attorney and found out that I could get in trouble for it. So instead of risking my business and my family, we're not doing Disney anymore. Now, I'm still going to make them, like when we go to Disney World and Disneyland and stuff like that. I'm still going to make them for ourselves. No, Caden doesn't mind when I put on makeup. But, I mean, again, he's so used to it that, I mean, for him, it's normal. But, like, whenever he was younger, we didn't take a real vacation other than like day trips to like Galveston or Houston until he was 13, because that kid did not like to be away from home at night. Routine was key. Now that he's getting older, we're able to work with him a little bit more on it. So we're able to take some more trips, but we didn't take vacations and stuff like that because of it. So, you know, each kid is completely different and all their quirks are going to be different, because the way that autism works is that there are like 5 different categories, I think it is, in part of the diagnostic manual, and there's like 50 different symptoms in each category, and you have to have a certain number of symptoms from each category to be diagnosed with it. So just because you've met one kid with autism doesn't mean you've met another kid. They're all going to be completely different. Hey, if you're comfortable with a bare face every day, Beatrice said hi. By all means, rock it. This is makeup for me, and if y'all are may or may not know, I do have a second channel. It's just under my name, Betsy Gocher, where I do talk about makeup and Disney and all that kind of stuff. Because makeup is my hobby. You know, vinyl and stuff like that, that is my job. I mean, that is what I do to make money. But makeup makes me happy. Like, I can sit in here, because if you haven't seen this area, that is all makeup, and it looks really disorganized right now because I'm doing a thing where I'm trying to actually work through some of like my eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that. So as I use them, I'm putting them in a drawer, so it looks empty and haphazard, which I don't like, but that way I can make sure I use it. But that is like, see, and that's the thing about it, is all these kids are completely different. Kagan could care less. I mean, but again, he's used to seeing me and his granny and his sister and all that kind of stuff. I mean, and again, I've done it for his entire life, and he has sat there and watched me do it and all that kind of stuff. So he could care less. But I think those things, you know, as I said, some kids it bothers and affects more. Oh, it's just Betsy Gocher. Let me see if I can type it in. No, I can't. But if you look under the description box on my videos, a lot of times it's listed in the description box. It's just my name, Betsy, Gocher, Gotcher. Hi from Oklahoma. But yeah, so that is like my release. Like, I can sit here and swatch makeup and play with makeup and... Hi. Oh. Hi. She was waving at you. Sorry. The little emojis, when I'm looking at this on my phone, they're like yay big, so it's hard for me to see. I'm blind. Literally. I say that in, like, y'all may or may not know this, I am blind in my right eye. So if I close my left eye, I cannot see anything. Let's see. Yes, you do need to avoid that, Natasha. If you're taking and buying those off of SVGs off of Etsy, you can get in trouble for it. Now, typically they're not going to go after the buyer, but they will go after the seller. And some sellers will say, well, I'm getting paid for my time, not for the SVG. Well, it still doesn't matter. You're using someone else's intellectual property. It is not yours. It is trademarked. It is copyrighted. You cannot use it. I do have a video putting HTV on glass. You can do it. It works. I prefer just to put regular adhesive on glass because nothing's going to last to the dishwasher. I mean, none of it. And they have so many good adhesives now, and they're constantly adding to them. And plus, I'm the type of person that I like to change my mind. Like, if I put a decal on a cup, I want to be able to take it off and change it to something else. So, that's my personal opinion. Anyways, okay, guys. I guess I'm going to end it here. We've been on live for about 30 minutes. My throat is now killing me, talking too much. So that's it. I will see y'all tomorrow for a new tutorial. So I guess that's it.
Bye.
Bye.